Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be installing our first major performance modification for the Camaro. So today we are going to be installing BBk headers for a V6 Camaro 5 Gen. So this video I'm going to be in my friend Pedro's carport in his house. It's going to be a little different, but if you remember when I did the Brembo brake swap, I also did that over there. Texas heat, it's just impossible to do it in my house or anything like that, so you're gonna see me over there again. Special thanks to him for letting me borrow his tools and borrow his carport. But anyway, so today I'm gonna do a little quick unboxing of the headers. Should be simple, but the main video is gonna be focusing on installing this without, again, with how I do it, without trying to skip a lot of steps. I'm gonna try to go step by step and record as much. I know it's a simple thing, just take 6 bolts, put them back in, but it's way easier said than done. So let me go ahead and unbox it, show you the quality. Now I did buy them like 3 weeks prior to when I'm recording right now. So they are open. I had to make sure everything's good again due to warranties and everything. So the box is open. I have seen them, but I'm gonna unbox them for you right now. All right, well this is the box right here. Pretty much just opened it and this is what we get. So we get our headers right here. And we are going to get our high flow cats. There is a little bit of scratches and some pretty much little dents on the actual headers, you see, and that's really I guess, yeah, the production, but also I think like these are not covered as much and they just hit everywhere, and I think that's where it comes from. So packaging is not the best, but I mean, who's gonna see this anyway? I get that as well, but they are not. Just expect to receive them with a little bit of scratches and dents everywhere, but at least there's no cracks. The welds look to be really solid. I'm gonna take this header out of here and then show it to you in the table. Both headers are obviously gonna be the same. Also gonna show you the gaskets, and I will open one of these up and I'm gonna show you that on the next clip. Well, alright guys, so this is pretty much everything unboxed. I would love to unbox it on camera, but the box is way too big. Everything's pretty much crowded in there, and I don't want to be recording up here either. So I think the best thing is just to take everything off, which was pretty much there, and then review it for you or showcase it to you. So the first thing that comes in is bolts and washers and stuff you're going to need for this installation, mostly to connect the high flow cats to the headers, and there might be some hardware, and it looks like there is, for to connect it to the motor as the manifolds. Then we get our instruction manual. It looks like you get a little stickers and like a little catalog that could be as well. Then we're gonna get our gasket header kit. Now you see the representation on the box. It does look like a V8 gasket, but once you take them out, you see that there it is a 3, which 3 plus 3 equals 6. So V6, so just keep in mind, and I don't know really, there is a sticker here to tell them, but I've heard that sometimes they get sent the V8 ones, so you might want to check that and not open that the day of the installation, because you might need to return this. That's just a little issue that I heard that happened. Might happen to you, might not, might as well be safe. Now the second thing I got is the O2 extensions. These you do have to buy. They do not come with the kit. You do have to buy them. It was like $60, something like that. The box did kind of beat up like that. I didn't beat it up myself. However, they are open. I did open that. These are going to be about this long. They look like they're good quality. They have some shields in there. On this one, we get more stickers. So we're going to have a lot of stickers out here. And you get the second pair. So like I said, you do have to purchase separately. Now the high flow cat does not come in chrome. It's not like it's a big deal either, but it does have internals on it. If you can't see it here, I'll show it to you here in a close-up for sure. So there is internals in here, which is good because I've seen on the other headers, the other lower kind of headers, it was just pretty much nothing in there. So at least it might help with the check engine light, which is something that I do want to know too, is with the BBk headers, turn on the check engine light or not. That's something that I do want to answer. Then we're gonna get the pair of headers itself. They look really good. I can't wait to see them inside of the engine. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna bring you a little close up, let you see the welds, let you see the high flow cats, and then that's gonna be it for the unboxing. Alright, so starting from here, you pretty much just get a tack on each one. And I believe you get some on the other side. One tack and one tack. Now, I'll make it sound like it's bad, but it's actually not, because I'll show you the other side. The other side is fully welded. Here we see a good weld. Rich weld is not bad or anything. This is pretty much the chips I was telling you about. It's nothing to worry about, nothing bad. Here's the flange. So, let me turn it around and see what we get. So right here, as you can see, it's a full weld. It's a full weld there and a full weld there. Also, where you put the O2 sensors, it's a full weld. And there you go. That's pretty much the welds on that. Now the high flow cat. You see how it's not chrome? It's not like it matters again. And this is the inside of it. So hopefully that will prevent a check engine light. But either way, of course, I do have a tune planned. This is the gasket. It's like plastic. And the bolts are right here. So with all this, again, you got to buy these. With all this, we should be able to install this smoothly. Of course, you need tools and all kinds of stuff that I would go over on what you need to do. But for now, this is the intro. This is the unboxing. Alright guys, so before we do begin the installation, I do want to bring a little bit of information to the table for you, the viewer. That way, hopefully, you do watch this video and you learn something new. So if there's something that a lot of people don't know when regards to headers, is that only the 2010s and 11, talking about V6s here, 2010s and 11s are the only ones that can get headers. On the BBk videos and a lot of header videos, people want headers for their 2012s, 13s, 14s, and 15s. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but there is no headers for such engine. Since 2012, they have a new engine, the LFX. They do not have the compartments for the headers. To make things simple, let's say they integrated the manifold into the engine, making it pretty much impossible to add headers. All you get is pretty much the exit pipe, and for that you would need down pipes. For us, the 2010s and 11s, God loves us a little bit more and gave us the opportunity to be able to put these on our cars. So that's one of the little disclaimers, because I see that all over Facebook, all over Instagram, where people with the higher Gen 5s want headers for their car and they can't find them. That is the reason why. Hopefully you learned something new with this one, because there's a lot of people that didn't know. Even myself, I had to learn that, and that's exactly why I'm putting headers, because if I have the opportunity, might as well take it. So now let's go ahead and start with the installation. Alright guys, well here we are. Skip the little steps. Got everything on the jack stands. Took the engine cover off and took the tower brace off as well. And try to make some space, let the engine cool off a little bit. And then we're gonna get started with this side and then this side. It's gonna be, like I said, it's an easy process, but it's easier said than done. We're gonna take some bolts off here. We'll figure it out. We also have a little cart, make things easier and get under there when it's time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna let the engine cool off a little bit and then get to work. Okay, so the quality wasn't as good whenever I was editing, so I'm gonna have to do some voiceover for some of these clips. So for this first one, we have those two bolts in the top, one in the bottom that I pointed to. That's gonna be size 10. On that one, you're gonna need that to remove the heat shield and expose a better position for the bolts. Same thing with the passenger side. You're going to take those two and then one down there. And I was thinking if this was necessary or not, but it does make your life easier, so I would recommend to do that. They're not even tight. They're real easy to get to. So that's pretty much all that we're going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and explain the other parts as well. Those are the bolts, size 13. We're gonna start getting those out. The heat shield was pretty much just 3. I just moved it out of the way. I really can't get it out. I'm not even worried about it. Get those bolts, size 13. So there you go. The bolts on top are off. The bottom ones, they're gonna be a pain. Let me show you what Pedro's point of view is. Everything's just crowded in there. That's the hard one. But that's why he's a diesel mechanic, and that's why he gets the hard part. That's why I get the easy part, because I'm no mechanic. But there you go, that's my side, that's his side. We'll have to join and help him over there because it is really crowded. I have a little bit, if not a lot more space than him. Okay, so on this clip, pretty much what I did was I removed the top bolts. That's what I'm pointing at. And I also removed the lower part of the manifold. Just to make it easier. On the other side, that was not necessary, but on there I did remove the bolts, and at the end it did help a lot, and you'll see why here in the next clips. But for now, what we did is that the top bolts, you take them out through the top, and the bottom ones we're gonna do what I'm doing right now. So through the bottom, and then you're gonna feed them through there. If you try to get that through the top or over the manifold, it's gonna be real hard like that. That's gonna be real hard. You want to go through the bottom. And that's the way we got them all out. That's the way I would recommend you to do it. And there's really no other way. You will struggle a lot. Because at first I was trying to do it over the manifold, and that just didn't work out. But as soon as I went through the bottom, everything was easy. Took all the bolts in probably 20 to 30 minutes. Probably even less. So there you go, guys. That's the tip for this video, is take them through the bottom, not through the top. And that also works for the other side. So we have everything unplugged now. All the O2 sensors, all the bolts are off. There's another O2 sensor over there, as you saw in the footage. Now all we need is these right here. Once we get those, what size is that, Pedro? 15. 15s. We get those out, and then these can slide out. So there you go. All right, so one's officially off, as you can see. Now we're gonna work on the second one, getting them off, and that's it. And I know it's pretty hard to record down here, but I'm trying my best. We'll see how when everything's off. Alright, so this is the first problem we encountered, and that is that the manifold will not leave because of the dipstick, the transmission dipstick. So you do have to remove that. Either at that step or before that, it would be the same thing. We didn't get as much leakage, if anything at all. So just remove that. It's gonna make it way easier. Well, now they're out. There you go. We did have to take the dipstick for the transmission in order to get it out. And also we disconnected the battery as well to prevent any sparks or anything. So disconnect the battery. Probably the first thing I should have done, and first thing you should do. But just keep in mind, you do have to take the dipstick out. As of this side, this one's out as well. Everything's pretty much out. This is the old manifolds. They're really tiny. You see, everything is out. Now we just got to put in the new ones and take out these O2 sensors. I do have this socket bought at Harbor Freight specifically for O2 sensors, 7/8. So we're gonna start taking those out and then transferring them to the new headers. So we ended up not using the socket. We tried it, but it wasn't working as good. I guess because it's open, it wouldn't grab as good. So we ended up using a wrench and this right here, penetrating oil. And that pretty much did the job. You've seen it, how easy it was pretty much live on the other video. So now we have all the O2 sensors out. We're gonna put them on the new headers. We're gonna build them a little bit and then slap them on in there. All right, so we have the O2 sensors on the headers and on the high flow cats. Now on the extensions, sadly they don't look to fit. If you see, it has like little slots, the slot right here, but when you go like this, it looks exactly the same, but they're supposed to be in the inverse, because you see they're not gonna fit because of the slot. If you see, that slot does not correspond with that one. I don't know if you could tell, but it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to try to return these and get something that does fit. As you can tell, it does says 2008 to 15 Camaro, so they're just not gonna fit. There's no other way. I'm not gonna try to cut there and probably void warranties. I'm gonna try to just swap it out, and then all I have to do is connect them next time. So that sucks. They are pretty expensive, and I'll probably have to wait a little longer. But either way, these are going in. I'm probably gonna zip tie these in, make sure they don't go anywhere. But there you go. Now we're gonna go ahead and install that one first, and then we'll hook this one to that one, and then to the exhaust. So there you go, guys. The first one is done. All we have to do is put the high flow cats down there and connect it to the exhaust. But for now, we're about to do the second one and be done with the header install and move into the cats. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so the bolts, we're going to do them from the bottom. It's easier to grab them. Alright, so this is the deal. This is not going to reach over there. It's just not. And you're only supposed to buy one set of extensions. I'm guessing for this one, it won't do it. But then also look at this one. This one's all the way over here, but the O2 sensor is over here. So how am I supposed to get it to over there? I don't know, guys. Honestly, we've been at it for so long. Hasn't been too long, but we just want to get it over with too. I mean, we already know these sensors are not going to work regardless. One, because the extensions that we got are not the same. They don't click, they don't match. And then this little guy, and all the way over here, yeah, there's just no way it's gonna work. On that side, it does look a little bit better, because here's this one right here, and somewhere around here you have the cord for it right here, the harness. So that one is gonna be able to plug this one. However, that one, pretty much 3, is not gonna work. 3 of the sensors will not work. So we did a little correction. The black one that is smaller goes over here. That's something that we did backwards. And then the yellow one And then the yellow one goes over here because it's a little bit longer. But guess what? It still won't reach. You see? Still won't reach. We're just gonna go in and bolt everything in. Get these out of the way for now. And then just go ahead and call it an install. Alright, so this is the final product right here, just to keep it out of the way. Right here, I bent this and put it right here. So that's secure right there. This thing falls, but right there it's inside the whole harness. If we come over here, this one's over there secured as well with some tape. And then this one is just connected and secured in here as well. So all the O2 sensors are pretty much tucked away, but this is the only one that works. This is the only one connected. Well, there you guys have it. This is the end product. This is the installation. Thanks to my man Pedro for helping it out. It's done. Hopefully everything is good. Of course, I do have like 3 different check engine codes. I'll have to figure that out later. There you go, guys. I'll go ahead and see you for the end of this video. Alright, so I contacted BBk and they told me that this is the right harness. So what was wrong with it is that the slip or the cut right here, it's supposed to be on this side. And for this one's kind of extra. It should be on the other side. So what they told me is just pretty much make them fit. They will fit. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be customizing these to fit. And that's a little extra step. And I mean, I'm happy to bring this to this video because I've never seen this on any video. So I'm glad to be here to help. So what I'm going to be using is going to be this knife. I'm going to be burning the tip. And we're going to be using some nose needle pliers. Maybe some smaller ones would do better, but I already did the first one to kind of practice on and it worked. So what we're going to be doing, turn on the heat and we're going to let this tip heat right here. What we're going to do, we're going to slice right there. So watch, get it heated and slice through like that. Okay, but we just need to get a lot more heat. And slice. All right. You can see we have a slice right there. It has to be thin. As you can see, it's not that thick in there, so we just need a thin one. We can do one more just to make sure, but a thin one should work. Pretty much a knife should work. And right there, this one should be good enough. Now for this one, this is what we need to get rid of, the bottom one. You see it, this one right here. So I'm gonna do about the same. I'm gonna heat it. This one I did use pliers. I don't know if I need this step, but again, this is $70 extensions. You kind of want to do that. So you see, you're cutting it through the bottom. Make sure you don't burn anything else though. So let it heat and burn through the bottom. That's what we've done right there. Let's see if we can pull them out now with the pliers. Get the pliers in there. All right, now if we could really zoom in there, the part is gone. You see, part is completely gone. You have a slip right there, and that's the necessary customization we need to make them fit. Now let's go under the car and connect these. Should be simple. And there you go, guys. Alright guys, so everything is connected, running with zip ties over there, and it connects over here. So that one's done. Only thing I gotta do is connect this one. But as you can see, this one's also done. It connects over there, zip tied, routed. And there you go guys. So that was an easy fix. So now all the sensors are connected except for one. I'll be back with the footage for that one. I'm gonna have to just buy an extension to reach over here. Just buy an extension, see if I can find it on Amazon. And then we'll end this video right after that footage. Alright, well today's the day where we finally finished the install 100%. Bought them off Amazon. Like $20. I will link these up. I will link the other ones up. And also an Amazon cheap version, I will link that up. But just keep in mind that I'm not using those, just these. So I'm gonna go ahead and install them in the car. Alright, so I ran it here. It goes in there. All the way. And then it goes in here. So I use the shield kind of to shield everything off. Everything fit in perfectly. And there you go guys, 100% installed. Nothing wrong with it, all the sensors connected. So now I'll be ready for the final review. Probably give it around 2 weeks, see what other check engine lights I'm gonna get or whatever. And then I'll be ready to close this video. Well, hello guys, welcome back. So I am gonna have to split this video into 2 parts. As you can tell, this video is way too long. So part 1 will be the unboxing and the installation, which is what you saw already. But part 2 is gonna be the things I would have done differently, the sound clips, and the final review. So go to part 2 after this one if it is uploaded. I usually upload part 1 and part 2 at the same time, but that wasn't a good strategy with giving it to the viewer, and plus I haven't even started part 2. That's something that I have to sit down and take time to do. So I don't want this content to just be standing around there. Might as well use it, might as well upload it. So part 1 is already up. If at the end of the video you see the part 2 out in the little boxes, then it's out. If not, give me a little bit of time and it'll be right out for you. But with that being said guys, I hope you enjoyed and liked this video. Hope I brought a lot of information that wasn't out there, or hope I educated you in some way. Thank you so much for all the support. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you do have anything to say or any questions, leave them in the comments below, or you can also DM me for a more personal conversation. But anyway guys, without more being said, I'll see you on the next video.